Hello, everyone. Welcome to the horror show. Well, horror show entertainment, because horror show's not really copyrighted or anything. But here with me tonight we have HMRG, also known as the VHS store, Pat from HMRG originally, and we have Danielle from Chicken Permission with us tonight, and we're just going to talk about horror movies and stuff we're going to do for October in general, and all that good stuff. So, I think I hear my voice over in the overlooping audio.
I don't hear an echo.
I think it's your headphones. Pat, you still there? Pat? Oh, lovely. Just started the show. We're having some problems.
Oh,
He'll be back.
he's like, hold on, let me fix this.
Let's see. Oh, wait, I think. Are we all set with that? Okay, cool. It was me who had the problem. I was listening to the same thing over and over again. There he is. He's muted. Let me try to unmute him. Pat, you're muted.
Hello?
Oh, hey. We're back.
Okay.
So, what do you guys want to start with? Horror movies in general or the October topic?
What's the October topic?
Basically, just what are your plans for October and what do you plan on watching during October, the Halloween season, Samhain, Hallows Eve?
I don't know. Who wants to go first? Okay, I'll go first. Yeah, I'm doing one for the Horror Movie Review Guide channel, and then one for the VHS store. And I might do some shooting in between, but I did too much because I got a lot on the table right now. But yeah, there's one coming out right now that I'm filming for Horror Movie Review Guy, and that well, I'm just finishing up writing it. I've been moving a lot of stuff, so just put together the new workstation. So yeah, ready to get moving on that. But which films? It doesn't really matter. I guess I could say for the VHS store, that's going to be a surprise. But for Horror Movie Review Guy, I already said, yeah, it's going to be the Blair Witch Project. But I've done that before, but I'm going to do it in comparison to the new one and cover it more in depth and in the new style as well. So
yeah, me and Daniel actually watched the new one in theaters together, and that was an experience for sure.
Our all alone experience because no one else was with us.
Yeah, no one else came. Yeah, it was kind of flopping at the box office, so I kind of predicted that we'd be the only ones there, and I was right. But it was an interesting movie. I liked it for. I'm not going to give away too many thoughts because I am going to be releasing my review on October 9th during the first day of my Scare Show 3, which will consist of over 80 reviews. Oh my god, even saying that hurts my brain. But it was a interesting movie. I liked the fact that they took ideas that were fan theories. I'm not going to say which fan theories, and they kind of threw those in there, and they paid homage to the first movie. It was pretty cool like that.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've heard. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying that it was nice, and I wasn't expecting much from it because I actually haven't seen the original, but just I've heard mixed reviews. Either you love it or you hate it, and it was actually pretty okay. Not the best I've seen though.
Yeah, no, I've heard mixed things as well, but I think I like the idea. It's hard to move. I think a series from found footage to strictly found footage to something more theatrical, and then fast, and then, like, I don't know, too clean and polished. Well, I didn't see part two, but
You're lucky.
yeah, I didn't bother.
It has its fans, but I think the only thing good about part two was the trailer for the movie. To be honest, I think that the Blair Witch, the new one, it's nothing new anymore, and the way they marketed it. I say this in my review. The only way they marketed the original to make it sell. What?
All I heard was the way they marketed it to make it sell, and then I didn't hear anything, so I don't know if you continued from there, but it sounded like you were going to.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. It like cut out and froze.
Okay. No, it marketed itself to sell, based on the fact that people thought it was a real event, like something real was happening in the movie. They thought it was a real, like they're watching the last hours of these people's lives. And they can't do that in this day and age because everyone sees, oh, it's found footage. It's not going to be the same because everyone knows it's already fake pretty much every time. So the way they marketed this one was they made a fake title, The Woods. They sold it as The Woods, and then they said, well, no, it's actually Blair Witch. And that's how they sold it onto people. Because they needed something to sell the movie, or else it wasn't going to sell. Kind of like part two. The only thing they had to sell it for part two was that it was the sequel and that it was going in a different direction. Doesn't sound too appealing. But when you have a movie called The Woods, they call it Blair Witch out of nowhere, weeks before its release, that catches people's attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that they were going to move in that or that they were going to flip it like that, but I think it was poor marketing. I think that's a one and done type of deal when you go for something like Blair Witch. Even throwing a part two in there, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Considering the found footage aspect, I mean, would it happen again? And then how was it recovered? You know, like I always wonder about that. How exactly was it recovered? I guess because they kicked the rocks. I guess that was the problem. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
the rocks. You can take a lot of different angles on that.
It's funny. First off, Titan Killer Reviews says, well, he and his daughter watch my reviews, and he says, you keep it real. My little girl calls you Movie Panda. She's 3.
Oh,
thank you, man.
Your daughter is adorable.
Honestly, her name starts with an A, right? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Just let me know what it is in the comments, and I'll give her a shout out as soon as you hear this part. But also, I think that with the Blair Witch, they could only go so far with the fact that it was real, like trying to make people think it was real, and so they couldn't do that again, no matter how hard they try. Like, they couldn't make that same kind of marketing ploy. It would never be the same. So I think that with that, Blair Witch came out in the wrong generation, and so they had all these cool ideas for gadgets, and they didn't really utilize them that well. Like the what do you call it? The GoPro thing.
I think that would have ruined it, actually.
What?
They had the helicopter thing. It's not a GoPro, because GoPro is the little thing on your head.
I was trying to remember the name for it. Yeah, the helicopter thing.
It's a drone.
I think it came out too late.
Yep.
I think it would have worked earlier. Like I mean, like back in the 80s or 70s or something like that. I think now things are getting a little too digital. You know, people
like Unfriended.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie.
Well, Unfriended. If you're going to incorporate like that type of thing, it depends on how you construct it, I think, and
right.
I don't know. It can't be reliant in like just exploiting the technology, or else you're not really telling a story. The technology has to just be part of the tool for the story, but that if you focus on the technology, you just lose it.
Yeah, like the VHS anthologies, I think they should have come out in the 90s or early 2000s. But that would have been perfect. But now they kind of did that as a way to throw back to the old ways of formats to watch movies on. And films like, let's just throw one out there, The Final Girls or The Barn. They're 80s throwbacks, and they work to some extent, but you're never going to be able to recapture the 80s feel unless you have everything that makes an 80s movie what it is, as in how the characters act and what they have for effects, and what limitations you can have with those effects. And you need the damn flickers in the screens. You can't have like just a pure polished screen on the front of your TV or theater and it'd be like, oh, this is an 80s movie. No, it needs the flickers. It needs the grain. It can't be all polished. If you want to make a proper 80s throwback, you got to make it look like an 80s movie.
Well, I mean, you can still just film in the same material.
Yes, but you also need to understand the 80s, which I'm not saying you guys don't. I'm just saying, like, in general, some people make 80s throwbacks, and they're very 2010-ish. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I do the VHS store, so yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when you make an 80s movie, it has to have certain elements to make it really work. It can still work without the flickers, off with flickers and green, I feel. That's just my opinion, though.
Well, are you talking about like found footage, or are you talking?
No, like movies like The Final Girls. Have you seen that?
No, but
That's it.
Yeah, you just in terms of that, the effects I think are important.
Yeah,
I don't think you have to go back to the same like resolution and things like that, but or necessarily even film on tape. You can still be digital about it, but keep the practical effects in there. That's all.
That, but I also think the resolution, if they want to make it like it was made in there's a difference between films that are 80s throwbacks and films that were made to look like they were made in the 80s. And films that look like they're made to look like they're made in the 80s need to have the grain, or else they're like, oh, this is just a modern movie. But 80s throwbacks can just have the polished screen, the practical effects. But like, if you want to have a movie that looks like it was made in the 80s, it needs to have certain things, like the grain. Unless you're talking about like an 80s Blu-ray transfer. I don't know if that makes sense too much. I'm just trying to figure this out. That sounded like I'm contradicting myself.
No, it makes sense. I was just gonna say, I guess it's kind of a weird time to put that in the theaters, like because everything's so polished now.
Oh, you mean the Blair Witch?
Well, if you're gonna do like an 80s throwback and use that, like, I mean, I'd appreciate it, but I don't know how. I don't know. I guess it would depend on what demographic you're going for.
Yeah, the general public might be like, what the hell is this? Like, I think the most 80s movie that's been in full theatrical release that I've seen recently is You're Next. But that was only because of the score and the effects were all practical. The musical score.
I don't think I've seen it.
That's a really good movie. It was made in 2011, but they didn't release it until 2013.
Oh.
And it's like an 80s slasher, but it has the newer vibe, but also an 80s vibe. So it's kind of like an 80s throwback, but not made to look like it's made in the 80s. There's this new movie coming out called The Barn, where I think they're kind of going with that angle of this looks like an 80s movie, it acts like an 80s movie, you know? And it has all the camera tricks for an 80s movie.
Last night, Bones and we watched the thing on VHS on the big screen there.
John Carpenter's or the new one?
Yeah.
Wait, the new one was never released on
No.
VHS?
No. Yeah, John Carpenter's.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could get it on a VHS tape, but there'd be no point. Just look the same, but just with slightly worse. I don't.
Used to VHS around the mid 2000s or late 2000s. But yeah, I wish I could have been there, man, because I've wanted to see the thing for so long on grainier quality than the DVD I have, because I feel like it would benefit. Because there's certain things you gotta look for in the movie that have hints to what happens, and if it's kind of obscure, it makes it all the more hard to find those hints, and all the more rewarding when you do find them.
I'm just getting a little feedback. Like, do you hear that beep?
Yeah, that was my my phone freaking out at me. There we go. I don't know what happened, but it's better now.
Brian?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody couldn't hear over there.
Yeah, I can hear everything. My phone was being a butt.
What about my back? That's not what I'm talking about, but yeah, my back hurts. Well, what are you guys doing for October?
Myself, mostly we're trying to watch a horror movie every night. We can't every night, but trying to fit as many as we can in. I think the next one we're checking out is the Monster Squad, and then I don't know, just kind of sailing from there, from classics. And then Halloween night, I'm not sure. No plans yet. No plans set in stone.
Yeah, I have one movie I'm trying to finish with my mom, but she fell asleep, so she couldn't finish watching it. That is Night of the Creeps.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah,
I love that movie. First time she's seeing it. That's gonna be one of the reviews on my channel for this Halloween season, and I have so many reviews left. It's like become a review a day, and I have to get them out, and it's gonna be chaos this October, but it'll be worth it in the end.
I was just looking at some of Fred Decker's films.
Why does that name sound familiar? What did he direct?
What's that? Oh, because he did Night of the Creeps.
Yeah, okay, that's why it sounds familiar, because I just saw it on the TV screen like last night.
Let's see.
Yeah, I you know how I have those lists of movies I watch in the months that I watch them in.
Yeah.
In August.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Go on.
In August, I watched 10 movies, which is really low. In September, I watched 12. This October, so far, I watched 1.
Oh, really?
from beginning to end, and that is The Shallows because I picked it up on Blu-ray.
Fred Decker wrote. That's why the name rang a bell pretty quick. Wrote the Monster Squad as well. So
I was going to say it sounds something like he would write.
he wrote Robocop 3, House. Of course, Night of the Creeps, of course. Let's see. The Edge TV movie, I don't know what that was. The Predator. He's coming out. He's doing the Predator remake.
Oh, really? He's writing it, or is he directing it?
It's a screenplay, so he's writing.
Cool.
Interesting. It's a good choice. Good luck. Tales from the Crypt. He did a few episodes.
Speaking of
Ricochet.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Speaking of Predator, I watched this Italian ripoff the other day. It's called Robo War.
Yeah.
It has Reb Brown, and it's a beat for beat Predator ripoff. But it's so much fun. I can't understand why it was so good, but it was just so bad.
Robo Wars?
Just Robo War. Robo War. I can't even say it.
Oh, is it all one word?
Kinda, yeah. I think it's one word, but with a capital W in there. Or maybe wrong.
I can't find it. The only thing I can find is Robo Warrior. It's a video game from.
It's from director Bruno Mattei. Are you looking at IMDb?
Actually, I'm looking at but I'm looking at a Jaleco game for, I would imagine, Nintendo. Maybe.
It came out in 1988. It's called the Robo War Robot Gura. It's
I'll skip looking that one up.
It's awesome. It's funny though because it has every beat for beat for Predator, except for it's not as good. It's about like a robot instead of an alien. It's like I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's not really worth spoiling because it's not that great of a movie, and it came out like over 30 years ago.
Well, then
Almost
you wouldn't
30.
be spoiling it.
The robot's actually just a guy who used to be one of the friends of the Marines that are on the mission to try to kill him. So it has that kind of twist that wasn't in Predator.
Mm.
You just gotta get to the chopper.
What do you think of the series, anyways, The Predator?
Me, I love it. I love 1. I kind of like 2, and I love 3. I hate Alien vs. Predator. Well, I don't. Hate's a really strong word. I like AVP Requiem more.
The only
The
thing
first Alien vs. Predator.
Predator.
No. I like AVP Requiem more than AVP the first one.
Oh, you mean okay? Because it's confusing. Predator 3. You mean Predators?
No, I love Predator. I kind of like Predator 2, mostly for the weapons. I love Predators. I kind of like Alien vs. Predator, and I love Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Oh, Alien vs. Predator Requiem. That's the one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's kind of, even when you watch it, it's kind of hard to see. So dark. I can barely make anything out.
I can't say much about the series because the only one I've seen was the Alien vs. Predator, and it wasn't Requiem. I think it was just the one they made.
It was in Antarctica.
Yeah, they dig a hole.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only thing I've seen of either Alien or Predator.
You gotta catch up on those. Aliens classic. Aliens is almost as good.
And I love the aliens. They're so cool, and like they kill people, and that's bad. But like their design and the fact that their blood is like acid and just everything about them is just so cool to me. So I do want to watch that.
The next time you come over, we're watching Alien.
What about all the millions of other movies?
Oh, well, Alien comes first. Because Alien's classic. I think that's my favorite out of the whole entire Alien series. I like it more than Aliens, which is supposedly, which a lot of people think is better than the first. I just like the first one more for some reason.
I like them pretty. Alien's my favorite, and then and then it would go Aliens, and then I don't know. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of love for Resurrection or Part 3, but I like them both. Although Part 3 is kind of sterile, a little depressing.
Yeah. Very depressing, very miserable.
Yeah, I understand that they
don't spoil anything.
Well,
that's I caught you.
That's true. Yeah, I was gonna refer to Newt, but never mind.
Yeah.
I think Newt might be my favorite character. In the whole film or in the whole series, aside from Ripley.
Ripley is awesome.
Yeah, and I like Bishop. I
like
series.
Dallas. Dallas from
the
first.
He's okay. Who did
Oh, the guy who played the guy in Terminator as well. Not the Terminator guy, but the guy.
That's
Michael Biehn.
Bean.
What's his name?
Hicks, I think.
Yeah, he's Hicks in Aliens, but Bishop, he was in.
Oh, Lance Henriksen.
Lance Henriksen. He was in the first Terminator.
And he was also in Pumpkinhead, which is another really good movie, where the monster looks a lot like the aliens from Alien.
He's in a lot. He came back in Resurrection 2, I think, didn't he? Yeah.
No, Bishop. He was in 3. He was in 3, and that was it. After that, no, he was also an Alien versus Predator.
Oh,
Brad, it's an entirely different character.
Yeah, no, Brad DeRoof was in Resurrection, I think. Yeah, he was the scientist, I think. The guy that does Chucky's voice.
Yeah, the guy who's rubbing his face against the glass with the alien. That was weird.
That was awesome. I don't have One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest on VHS though. I don't have that one.
I also like there's another alien related series that I cannot remember for the life of me. Not like it's alien related, but it's like as alien as the plot. And it's
like Critters.
Critters. There we go. I was actually just watching the 4th one the other day because I'm reviewing those for Scare Show 3 as well.
Critters 4.
They're invading your space.
Is that where what's his name?
Brad Dourif's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes over as the bounty hunter.
No, Brad Dourif is in the 4th one until like the end, but no, he never becomes really a bounty hunter. The 4th one's where they're the space crew who finds the pod from the 3rd movie in space.
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen them. The first one's fresh in my mind.
The first one's my favorite.
It's pretty good, but I don't know. I just love all of them because they're so. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Critters is definitely one of those things that you can do as many sequels as you feel like. It's so ridiculous. So.
We went to 4. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's just it's too good.
My second favorite is usually the second one, the main course where they're in the town and they're attacking the townsfolk.
Oh, sorry, which one was that?
The second one. The first one's where they're at the farmhouse. Then from the farmhouse to the town. Then from the town to the apartment building, which is like a step down from the second movie. Then from the apartment building to space.
Right.
If we're gonna talk about Critters, we gotta talk about Gremlins. Because Gremlins is like the epitome of tiny creature terrors. Well, Critters technically came out first when it was written. It was written before Gremlins, but the Gremlins came out in theaters first.
Yeah, I think somebody said it was done in response. I didn't think it was done in response to anything. But Gremlins, what's her name?
Oh, the one that you have a crush on or had a crush on?
Oh, I still do.
Is her name Phoebe or something?
Oh yeah, Phoebe Cates. She was in Drop Dead Fred, and yeah, as soon as I saw her in Drop Dead Fred, that was it. Phoebe Cates.
I like Zach Galligan in the movie because he's in a lot of movies, more so now than he was in the 80s. He was in Hatchet 3 recently, which is a pretty good series in my opinion. But he was also in Waxwork, which is another pretty cool movie where they have this museum of waxwork figurines, and eventually they all come to life and start killing people. It's really cool.
That sounds rad.
It is. For the last 15 minutes, yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know, what movies you guys got planned for this month? Just for you two to watch?
Well, whenever we have free time at the same time, we need to finish the Friday the 13th series. And then he wants me to watch a bunch of other things, too.
Yeah, well, we're on part 4. There's 12.
Yeah, and we never have free time at the same time.
I know, right? It's always, you have work that day, I don't. Then I have work that day and you don't. God gosh. Ah.
I'm just like, bruh.
Yeah, no, Friday the 13th series, jeez. I could...
You could dissect those to the bone. Much like me.
Yeah. I could give, I guess, serious opinions about them, I suppose, but there would be no...
Right, you could dissect them to the bone, but it wouldn't really make any difference. It'd still be a convoluted and total mess in the series timeline.
Well, it's just not the type of movie you dissect that way, I don't think.
Right. It's kind of like you don't dissect Halloween, the series. The only one you can really dissect is from the 80s slashers is Freddy up to a point, and all of Chucky's movies you can pretty much dissect in a timeline.
The amount of, like, pumpkins in I think it was the first Halloween movie? I'm not sure, but the amount of pumpkins, like, literally, I watched a video and it was like, every scene pretty much, there's a pumpkin in it.
I know you're talking about CinemaSins' video on the Halloween remake?
Yeah, or it was, I think it was the remake, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, what? I'm like, that is a lot, dude, what?
Well, they got to hammer in the fact that it's taking place on Halloween.
Yeah. As if the title didn't give it to you. Like, it's on Halloween, dude. Oh.
No wonder I felt a seasonal appeal to that movie when I saw it. There's pumpkins everywhere.
Yep.
There's even one on a guy's head at one point because he sticks it on there.
Yep. But that's about the only thing I've seen of that. I love, like, I think I saw part of the original, the first one, but I never got to see it. I have literally so many movies I need to watch.
And I have them all right over here.
Yeah, to be up to you guys' level of being able to critique, I need to watch all those movies. Oh my god.
We need to have
I don't critique on my channel.
No, I don't either.
Well,
I just have
review and whatnot, but I'm like, I feel like, because I love horror movies, and I thought I knew pretty good amount of horror movies and all that, and then I meet you guys, and I'm like, shoot, dude.
We need to have
anything.
Needs to have like a sleepover 3-day weekend kind of thing where we just sit down and watch horror movies all day, all night.
I forgot where the DVD my dad gave me is, but he wanted me. I was talking about banned movies I wanted to watch, but he gave me this movie that's I think Japanese, and he's like, you'd have to read the subtitles, but that's got some gore, and I'm like, dude, I don't mind subtitles. I like gore. Let's do this.
Pretty much every Japanese movie has gore, besides most of the Godzilla movies. Like you
Ugh,
can watch The Ring or Ring You from Japan that has more blood in it than the American version.
that's cookies. It's not what I'm looking for.
Um,
Oh,
but I have to take off here. But thanks for having me on, though, Brian.
No problem.
Okay, you guys take care.
All right, have a good night.
Bye bye.
And then there were two.
My friend, literally, what happened was my friend tried, like, calling me, and apparently he's watching it right now, or was watching it. Hi, Mitch. But no, he was, like, calling me, and I'm sitting here, like, I have no minutes. I have had no minutes since the last time he tried to call me. And then
Oh, okay.
he's like, I see you live streaming, and I'm like, why'd you call me then? What? Dude, what?
I had no idea you didn't have any minutes. I tried to call you today so my mom could pick you up. I didn't know where you were.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, because you said end of the street. So I was like, okay. I walked past the end of my street to the other end of my street, which is on Brook Street, instead of Lowe's. And my friend and I were talking, and that's why we passed it. So I was like, all right, well, end of the street. This is better anyway. And then, like, I didn't have Wi-Fi there either, because Wi-Fi is for what I go off of. And so when I was like, all right, where is she? Oh, there she is. And then I saw your message when I got to work, and I was like, oh, well, that was
I actually had no idea
why.
what street she was talking about. She said the corner of your street. I'm like, okay, I'll just tell her that.
Yeah, that's the corner of like 2 streets over that she was talking about. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so I actually have Sunday off. Do you have Sunday off?
No, I'm working.
Oh, did you talk to them about Rock and Shaw? Because I'm
Um,
going to that this year. I know. It's the
There's-
14th to the 16th, I think.
they're still looking at it, and the way they made a face at me, they're kind of like, we can't give you like that many days.
Well, we might only go 1 or 2 of those days. But we're just not sure which days.
I'll ask like if you want to come in with me and ask about like at least one day that
Right.
I could take off or have off the same as you, then we could do that. But I doubt they're gonna give me that many days. They
Well, I
usually
took
only
off those 3 days.
Yeah, they usually only give me the 2 days off a week, and then even then the last week coming. But I literally tried for Halloween week because I'm like, dude, I want Halloween off. But the way the request is online is you have to like request
3-week
from
notice.
yeah 3 week notice, but it's also from like a Saturday to a Monday or something like that. And I'm like, I don't need that entire week off. I just want that one day. And they denied it. And I'm like, I just want Halloween off. You could probably tell that that's the day I want off. Just give me that and make sure, like, dude, like, all right, yeah, whatever. But no.
Yeah, they gave me those 3 days off. I don't know why they're not giving you those days off. But
I don't know. And my birthday too. And I was like, I just want like 2 days near my birthday. I want to make sure that's what I have off. And they're like, nope. And I'm like,
when's your
well,
birthday?
November
Oh, November what?
26th.
Oh, my brother's just the 12th.
Okay, there was this girl that came in, and she bought, I don't know what she bought, but her name was Danielle because it was on her shirt because she worked at, I forgot where she worked, but also on her ID I had to check it for whatever, and she lived on, like, she didn't live in Oxford, but her street she lived on was Oxford, and I'm like, dude, what?
Alright, did you want to talk about anything else horror related, or do you just want to call it quits for tonight? It's up to you.
Well, this is the movie my dad wanted me to watch.
Well, I've heard of that Audition.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. It's from 1999, I think, right?
2000,
or 98.
2002 it says.
You lie. I'm just kidding. It's probably when that DVD was released.
Yeah.
I think it came out in the 90s. I'm not sure, though.
Yep, 1999.
Ha! I told you.
Well, that's the only, like, I saw that date, and I was like, alright, where?
Jericho1123 says, Brian, bring money. Cons are pricey. Oh, I know. I've been there. This is my 5th year going there. I know they're very pricey. Especially if you want to get, like, Scream Factory titles. It's like, $30, please, or $40. I'm like, I'll just buy those off of Amazon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, pretty much.
But some of them are pretty good prices, but not everything.
It's like going to any carnival or whatever ever. Just you
Right.
have to bring money. I literally spent an entire paycheck at the Spencer Fair, and I was like,
The Spencer Fair. Everywhere has a fair.
no, like it's like the Woodstock Fair. It's like Spencer Fair. Spencer Fair is actually a lot smaller, but it's like that around our area. You know, the Spencer Fair.
Welcome to Nowhereville. Welcome to our Nowhere Fair.
No, that's pretty much saying our town. Just like nobody knows our town, and if they do, it's like nothing happens here.
I need to live somewhere where they have more horror conventions.
I need to live closer to Comic-Con and all the places my YouTubers like to go to, because then I could be like, hi, all the time and just be a weirdo. Because, yeah.
All right, well, I think I'm going to end this for tonight because I got to get up early tomorrow.
Same, I have work at 10 now.
10 of them. Oh, yeah, you should probably get going to bed. What are you doing on this thing? Go to bed.
You invited me! So I
All
said
right.
yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for watching, and as always, Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to make sure to check out Chicken. What is it? Chicken Permission. Chicken Permission.
I'm
Make sure
chicken now. I have nothing on my channel, so don't worry about it. I have like 2 playlists, and my name comes from a joke from a video on one of them. So it's just you don't have to, but if you like creepypastas or why people would put things on the internet and you just love laughing at their ridiculousness, check out the playlist. But yeah, that's me.
and subscribe to the both of us. There we go. All right. Have a good night.